1936 to December 12, 2020. On a summer day, while a thunderstorm rolled in, a precious baby was born. Upon this earth to Edward Posey Whiteman Sr. and Josephine Crane Whiteman. At the time, the family was camped in the foothills of Pryor Mountains in the Hay Creek area. The birth was overseen by local traditional midwife, Matilda Roundface. In a time that families still traveled by buckboards, also known as wagons. Shortly after her birth, her parental grandmother killed with the horses, gifted her with the first name, Ishia, Beatrice, pretty woman with black hair, and she was bestowed with Christian name Mary Geneva Whiteman. Geneva was born of Posey and Josephine's 8 children as the eldest. She was doted upon and lavished material things by not only her parents but also her grandparents and aunties. Her aunt, Mary D. Crane Dawes, bestowed her with buckskin dress with matching beadwork that she treasured. There was nothing that her parents would not do for her, and she grew up bathed in their unfaltering support and unconditional love. Growing into a precious, well-adjusted woman with warm personality and infectious laugh as the eldest, her parents also had high expectations of her and cultivated her the importance of education. Geneva was intellect, the natural gravitated towards academic, and as a student she was quite successful. In her early years, she attended and completed elementary education at St. Charles Mission School, and subsequently graduated from Edgar High School as valedictorian. In 1955, she was the first runner-up at the Miss Indian American pageant held during All-American Indian Days in Sheridan, Wyoming. Following high school, Geneva attended 2 years of college at Merriam College in Indianapolis, Indiana, and she was the first recipient, 6 total, of the Crow Travel Scholarship Program. Geneva's mother wanted her closer to home, and her dad wished her to graduate from a Montana college. So Geneva transferred to University of Montana, Missoula. While at U of M, Geneva was one of the founding members of the Indian Club. At the time, there were only 12 Native students, and she was one of 2 Crow tribal students. In 2018, she was honored by the Cayo Student Indian Club for her contribution as one of the founding members. After 2 years, Geneva graduated in 1959, obtaining a Bachelor of Arts degree in English Literature with a minor in history, with a 4.0 GPA. Geneva subsequently obtained a Master's of Arts degree in Special Education from Eastern Montana College and a Master of Arts degree in Theology from Loyola University of Chicago. Geneva was a lifelong educator. She was the first American Indian teacher at Edgar High School, an elementary teacher at Browning, Montana, an elementary teacher at Pryor Public School, an elementary teacher at St. Labray, a Native American Studies instructor at Eastern Montana College, the director of Basic Skills Program through the Crow Central Education Commission. She was instrumental in the Elizabeth Horn College, chartered to the Crow tribe in 1980, and ultimately her career accumulated at St. Charles Mission School as an elementary teacher, where she retired after 20 years of service. In addition to teaching, Geneva worked as the advisor personal assistant to Forrest Horn, Crow tribal chairman from 1977 to 1979. Geneva was a member of the Whistling Water clan and a child of the Taisabundle clan. Geneva was baptized into the Catholic Church on August 29, 1936, and her godmother was grandmother Sarah Gozahead. She was adopted into Tobacco Society by the late Margaret Bootel and was given her second Indian name, Whiteman walks the holy road by her paternal grandmother, Mattoon O'Horse. Geneva married DeWitt A. Dillon Jr. on November 13, 1961, in Cardston, Canada. And from this marriage, they had 5 children: April, Ron Story, Jeannie, Chris, Tammy Dillon, and adopted sons, Prince Spotted Bear Jr. and James Keith Bellrock Jr. Although Geneva and DeWitt subsequently separated, they remained friends until DeWitt's passing. Geneva was a compassionate and loving person, and wherever she went, children naturally gravitated her towards and hugged her. She was a gracious hostess, and everyone who visited her was fed or offered a beverage. She was a caring woman and a benevolent soul. Her house was open to anyone in need, and it was not uncommon for her guests to stay months at a time. Geneva was a gentle soul and was naturally loving to everyone she met. Her greetings and hugs were unparalleled. She made you feel so special and loved. She never harbored resentment or spoke ill of anyone. She was always gracious, lived the true Crow way of life. A great sense of humor was used at times to deflect awkward situations or tease her brother-in-laws. She was fun-loving, charismatic, and a tribute she inherited from her dad. She had natural affection for animals, caring for them like family. Her grandchildren, nieces, nephews were her pride and joy. She was always happy to see them and especially proud of their accomplishments, be it in education or sports. She enjoyed giving gifts for birthdays and newborn babies that came into the family. She was an avid reader with aesthetic taste in books as well as keeping up on weekly tabloids. As a daughter of former tribal chairman, she also had a flair for politics, and she loved being involved in the political arena, especially in her younger years. She held the Kennedy family in high regard, and one of her greatest moments was meeting Ted Kennedy, the youngest brother to President John F. Kennedy. She never tired of reading anything about the Kennedys and also enjoyed reading about the British monarchy. During her travels to friendships she made, she learned how to cook different cultural dishes, especially Asian cuisine, notably Korean and Filipino. She often invited Father Randolph or others who enjoyed her taste in foreign foods for a meal. Her signature dish for the family gatherings was her high-quality rice, cooked to perfection. A family dinner was not a dinner without Geneva's rice and soy sauce, which was more often than that was fashionably late. One time we had a Thanksgiving dinner, and we started at 12, and 8 o'clock we had food all put away, and she shows up with her rice and said, "Why is everybody leaving so early?" Geneva was highly respected and revered as a role model and thus entrusted to give people Indian names and always invited to prayer for her grandchildren. She was always a namesake. She also was a namesake of Geneva Other Medicine and Geneva Walks Over Ice. Geneva especially respected the Crow way of life. She participated in the Sweat Lodge, Native American Church, and was a devout and long life member of the St. Charles Parish Church. The monarchy of our family, our mother, grandmother, auntie, sister, friend was prematurely taken from us and crossed to the other side of camp on the evening of December 12, 2020, due to complications of COVID-19. Geneva was priced. We lost the knowledge, history, and wisdom that she carried, and the pain that we feel as her family is massive. Although our hearts are broken and our tears flow, Geneva lived a full and accomplished life and would not want us to be sad for her, but would want us to celebrate her life and to remember all the good memories of her, memories that we all, as her family and friends, will now carry in our hearts. We love you so much, Geneva. Until we meet again, rest in peace.